Hello, friends. The time has come once again for narrative writing. Thanks for being here. This week, in honor of Earth Day, if you didn't know, friends, Earth Day is on Wednesday, and that's a time that we can reflect on how we treat the earth and what we can do to be kinder to the earth and take care of the earth. So our narrative for this week is A Time I Cared for the Earth. I'm going to write it here, my title, because right now I am about to start on my graphic organizer. My bubble map without the bubbles, because you don't really need the bubbles. Just make sure your writing is organized and that you get your ideas out onto paper. So the who in my narrative is my mom and I. We like to recycle. That's what we like to do to care for the earth. So we recycle plastic, paper, glass, and cardboard. How we recycle is by, this is the thing that we do to recycle. We put our items, the plastic and paper and glass and cardboard, we put all of those items in a plastic bag or a separate trash can. So then we can keep it organized and away from our food trash can. Now, the reason why we recycle, friends, is because recycling helps to turn our trash into something new. So when you recycle something, it goes to a different place, and the people there help to turn whatever you're recycling into a completely brand new item that you can use again, and when you're finished with it, you can recycle it again. So it's kind of like a cycle, you get it? It's a cycle because it happens again and again, and you can recycle things over and over. Something new. Okay. Where we like to recycle is at our house. So we recycle at home, and our win is every week. So every Friday, well, throughout the week, we take these plastic and glass and cardboard items and we put them into our separate trash can. And then every Friday, our trash collectors come around and they take our recycles. So that is how I care for the earth, and I would love to know how you care for the earth. Maybe you plant trees, or you like to have a garden. That's also an excellent way to care for the earth. Maybe you recycle like me. Maybe you care for the earth in a different way. So however you care for the earth, here is your time to write about it and organize your ideas. And now we're going to move on to using our graphic organizer to create our story. So again, we start with our title, A Time I Cared for the Earth. And again, friends, I always need a grabber to get my reader interested and make them want to continue reading my story, to hook the reader and get them engaged and interested in whatever my story is about. So my grabber is going to be Do you know how to recycle? Because maybe my reader doesn't know how to recycle. Or maybe they do and they're interested to know how I recycle. Maybe they're going to learn how to recycle in a different way from reading my story. So now I'm going to continue with my who. And that is my mom and I. My mom and I recycle plastic, paper, glass, and cardboard. All of those items. We recycle I'm not just going to say every week. I'm going to say every Friday. I'm going to be more specific this time. We recycle every Friday at our home. Now I'm moving on to my how. Because maybe now my reader is wondering, how do you recycle? And so I'm going to answer that question for my reader in this way. We recycle our items by putting them into plastic bags, or we use a separate trash can. And now maybe my reader is wondering, well, why should anybody recycle? Why is that important? And then I would answer that question for my reader with my next sentence. Recycling helps turn our trash into something new. It is a very important way to show kindness to the earth. And earth is a proper noun because it's the name of a place. It's a planet. And now I am ready to close out my story with my closer, which will be, how do you care for the earth? So now I'm leaving my reader with a question about the things that they do to care for the earth. Maybe they recycle like me. Maybe they do something different. Or maybe they had never thought about a way that they could care for the earth. And now my story is going to help them to find a way to care for the earth and show kindness, which is always excellent and always needed. So I hope that you have a great time creating this story, and I can't wait to read it. Happy writing, scholars!